Your neighborhood is probably being invaded right now, not by people, but by plants. Plants you might have bought yourself. Plants that look beautiful sitting on a nursery shelf, but turn into absolute monsters the moment they hit soil. I'm about to show you the 15 most destructive plants you should never bring home. More importantly, I'll reveal what to plant instead. Beautiful alternatives that won't wreck your yard, harm your local environment, or land you in a fight with your neighbor. Invasive plants spread like crazy. They kill native species, they damage soil, they attract pests, and they can actually lower what your home is worth. The damage they cause goes way beyond your backyard. They're destroying entire ecosystems across the country. Today, you'll understand exactly which plants to stay away from, what to grow as replacements, and how to keep your outdoor space thriving with way less work than you'd expect. Let's dive into the dark side of horticulture. Section 1. The tree and cane invaders. Structural threats. We start with the plants that cause damage on a massive structural scale, the ones that can crack concrete and literally poison the soil. 1. Tree of Heaven. Ailanthus altissima, the toxin factory. Don't let that name fool you. There's nothing heavenly about what this tree does. Back in the 1700s, someone brought this tree from Asia thinking it would look exotic and grow quickly. It did both, but that dream turned into a nightmare. The toxin secret. The tree of heaven releases chemicals in the soil in a process called allelopathy. Basically, it poisons the ground around it. Other plants literally cannot survive nearby, allowing the tree of heaven to clear out all competition. It sprouts through sidewalk cracks, breaks through parking lots, and its roots are incredibly strong, able to crack concrete and water pipes. The pest hook. This tree is also what the spotted lanternfly loves, a bug that destroys fruit trees and grape vineyards. Plant this tree, and you're inviting a major pest problem. Safe alternative? Try honey locust or native sumac instead. Both add beautiful height and texture without poisoning the soil. 2. Norway maple. Acer platanoides, the shade monster. Norway maple looks stately and grows fast, but that's exactly why it's so destructive. Its canopy is so thick and dense that almost no sunlight reaches the ground below it. The ecological dead zone, native trees like oaks and sugar maples can't compete. The Norway maple's roots absorb nutrients and moisture greedily, leaving almost nothing for other plants. Over time, forests dominated by Norway maples lose their diversity, and wildlife loses the plants they depend on. In spring, this tree produces thousands of helicopter-shaped seeds that sprout everywhere. Safe alternative. Use sugar maple or red maple instead. Both have stunning fall colors, and most importantly, they coexist peacefully with other plants. 3. Japanese knotweed, Fallopoeia japonica, the concrete crusher. This is a nightmare for homeowners and landscapers across the UK and North America. On the surface, it looks like a tall, leafy bamboo. Once you let it in, it can destroy everything from flower beds to the foundation of your house. The structural horror. Japanese knotweed's roots, called rhizomes, grow deep and strong, sometimes reaching 10 feet underground. These roots crack concrete, lift patios, and push through asphalt. The worst part? Cutting it doesn't work. Every small piece of root left behind can regrow into a completely new plant. In some countries, property owners are legally required to control or report it. Safe alternative. Skip this one entirely. For screening, use a native shrub or a non-running bamboo variety. 4. Running bamboo, Phyllostochys aurea, the running bamboo. Like golden bamboo, spreads through underground rhizomes that can travel several meters in a single year. The chaos factor? It slips beneath fences, invades neighboring yards, and can even crack patios and driveways. Once it matures, controlling it is almost impossible without heavy digging or chemical barriers. Safe alternative? Plant clumping bamboo. These varieties stay neatly contained, growing in tight clusters instead of spreading endlessly.
Section 2. The ground cover killers and tick magnets. These plants look small and innocent, but they destroy the forest floor and pose direct risks to your health. Stop. Before we continue, I need to tell you about plant number 6, a shrub many gardeners plant for its color, but which research has proven is a secret magnet for ticks. That single fact could save your family a serious health risk. Stay with me for that one. Number 5, periwinkle, the quiet floor killer. Number 5 looks innocent and charming. Glossy green leaves, delicate blue-purple flowers. It spreads quickly, fills empty spaces, and needs almost no care. That easy spread is exactly what makes it so dangerous. The smothering secret. Periwinkle grows in thick mats that smother everything beneath them. In shaded areas where native plants used to thrive, periwinkle forms an impenetrable blanket. Its vines creep along the ground, rooting at every single point, covering huge areas. Once it establishes, removing it by hand is nearly impossible. Safe alternative. Try creeping thyme for sun or native wild ginger for shade. Wild ginger creates a deep green woodland feel without choking out surrounding plants. Number 6, Japanese barberry, the tick magnet. This is a plant many gardeners choose because it's colorful and tough. It's a favorite for hedges and borders. But behind that appearance hides one of the most underestimated threats to public health: the health hazard. Barberry spreads aggressively, but here's the shocker. Barberry absolutely loves ticks. Research shows that thick patches of barberry create the perfect warm, humid environment for ticks that carry Lyme disease. A plant that seems ideal for low-maintenance landscaping actually increases the risk of tick bites for your pets and family. Safe alternative, consider ninebark or spirea instead. Ninebark offers stunning foliage in bronze and burgundy without the tick problem. Number 7, pampas grass, the fire hazard. This is a social media favorite. Tall, feathery, waving gently in the breeze. Many people don't realize it's one of the most aggressive self-seeders out there. The disaster factor. Each plume, those soft, fluffy flower heads, can release tens of thousands of seeds. Those seeds travel far through wind and water. The fire risk. During summer, all that dried foliage becomes an extreme fire hazard, transforming beautiful green spaces into tinder boxes waiting for a spark. Safe alternative. Try switchgrass or blue oatgrass instead. Both give you that same tall, swaying look, but they're native and don't spread aggressively. Section 3. The deceptive beauties, flower and vine problems. These plants are often sold because of their stunning flowers or fragrance, but they hide a relentless, strangling nature. Number 8. Wisteria, Chinese or Japanese, the beautiful villain. Wisteria looks like a fairy tale, but often behaves like a villain. Those cascading purple blossoms are absolutely breathtaking, creating that perfect magazine-worthy garden backdrop. Beneath that beauty hides a plant that doesn't know when to stop growing. The damaged detail. Its woody vines twist tightly around anything in their path: tree trunks, fences, gutters, and even the sides of houses. Over time, the stems become so thick and heavy that they can pull down trellises or crush young trees. Its roots are just as aggressive, pushing deep underground. Safe alternative, plant American wisteria, Wisteria frutescens. It has the same romantic clusters of blooms, but it's native, less aggressive, and far easier to train and manage. Number 9. Japanese honeysuckle, Lonicera japonica. At number 9 is a plant that's as deceptive as it is fragrant. Its sweet scent might remind you of warm summer evenings, but that lovely aroma masks one of the most invasive vines you can bring into your yard. The strangulation secret. Japanese honeysuckle wraps itself tightly around young trees and shrubs, literally strangling them as it grows. Its vines twist and climb, cutting off sunlight and stealing nutrients from everything nearby. It spreads through both seeds and underground runners. Safe alternative, go for coral honeysuckle, Lonicera sempervirens. It has the same beautiful tubular flowers, attracts hummingbirds, and stays well behaved in your garden without the invasive tendencies. Number 10. Butterfly bush, Buddleia davidii. This is a plant that confuses many gardeners. It's beautiful, it smells sweet, it attracts butterflies. How could it possibly be bad? The hidden harm. Butterfly bush spreads aggressively and pushes out native plants that local caterpillars and pollinators actually need for food. It creates what experts call a nectar desert. Lots of pretty balloons, but little real nutrition for wildlife. Butterflies visit but can't actually thrive. Meanwhile, native plants that would support the full life cycle get eliminated. Safe alternative? If you love butterflies, go for native butterfly milkweed or Joe Pye weed. Both support the full butterfly life cycle.
11. Purple loosestrife, Lythrum selicaria, the wetland destroyer. Purple loosestrife's tall, vibrant purple spikes look stunning in photos and garden centers. That beauty masks a serious environmental threat. The ecological collapse. Purple loosestrife invades wetlands, riverbanks, and drainage areas. Once it takes root, it forms dense colonies that choke out native wetland plants like cattails. The result is a silent collapse of the local ecosystem. Each plant can produce up to 2.5 million seeds per year. It is actually banned in several U.S. states. Safe alternative? Choose safer options like Blazing Star or Bee Balm. They bring the same vibrant hues and attract butterflies and bees without destroying natural wetlands. Section 4. The Underground Nightmares and Tropical Runaways. The final section covers the silent spreaders and the destructive vines that require heavy machinery or legal intervention to remove. Wait, before the final summary, you need to hear about plant number 14. The one your mother probably planted for classic charm. It seems harmless, but it can actually destroy your home's brickwork and mortar, leading to thousands in repairs. We'll cover that one now. Number 12, mint, Mentha species, the underground invader. Number 12 might surprise you. Mint, that same refreshing herb we love in teas, can become one of the most frustrating invaders in your garden. The frustration factor. Mint spreads through underground runners. These runners send up new shoots meters away from where you originally planted it. Once it establishes itself, it's hard to remove because every tiny root fragment can regrow into a new plant. Pulling it out often makes things worse. The simple fix? Keep mint in containers only. Use pots, raised planters, or sunken barriers to trap the roots. 13. Kudzu vine, Pueria montana, the vine that ate the South. Kudzu vine is often called the vine that ate the South. What started as a decorative ground cover in the early 1900s turned into one of the most destructive species ever introduced. The speed demon. Kudzu grows faster than almost any other vine on the planet, up to 1 foot per day during warm months. It climbs trees, fences, power lines, and buildings, wrapping everything in thick green layers until nothing beneath can survive. Its roots dig deep, making removal nearly impossible without excavation. Safe alternative? Skip kudzu and try clematis or trumpet vine instead. They're both beautiful and friendly to native pollinators. 14. English ivy, the classic killer. English ivy looks timeless and elegant when draping over garden walls. At first glance, it feels like the perfect way to give your space that classic historic charm. Don't be fooled. English ivy is one of the most aggressive climbers you can bring home. The property damage. It smothers tree trunks, blocking out sunlight and weakening their bark until the tree eventually dies. On walls, its roots can dig into mortar, leaving behind cracks and costly damage that's expensive to repair. Safe alternative? Go for Boston ivy or Virginia creeper. They give you that same lush coverage, but they're gentler and much easier to manage. Number 15 is Japanese barberry, the tick magnet. We mentioned this earlier, but it deserves a second note for its high risk. Barberry creates the perfect warm, humid environment for ticks that carry Lyme disease. A plant that seems ideal for low-maintenance landscaping actually increases the risk of tick bites for your pets and family. The final rule: if you see this plant, replace it.
We've covered 15 dangerous plants that look beautiful but wreak absolute havoc, from the concrete-cracking Japanese knotweed to the tree-strangling wisteria and the public health hazard of Japanese barberry. Invasive plants often fool us. They're beautiful, they're easy to grow, and they're sold everywhere in nurseries. But what we've discovered today is that beauty can come at a real expensive cost. The good news is there's always a better choice. Every time you pick a native or non-invasive species, you're protecting pollinators, you're keeping soil healthy, and you're supporting local wildlife. It's a small choice that makes a huge impact. Before you head to the nursery again, take this list with you. Double-check labels, ask questions, and think about what belongs in your garden long-term. Because the best gardens aren't just pretty, they're responsible. If this video helped you spot red flags in your plant list, click subscribe and tap the notification bell. Drop a comment below with which plant you've been surprised about. Keep your garden growing, but keep it clean, native, and thriving.